Hello and welcome to the Wakefield College and University Centre Open event Saturday morning. Hope you're good. I hope your weekend's going well, even after the slightly drab draw last night. My name is Rich Williams from Virgin Radio and Leeds United TV, also the host of the Wakefield College podcast. And over the last year, with things being as they have been, and as not being able to do these events in person, I've been hosting these open events as well. We obviously would prefer to have you all down at Wakefield College and University Centre today, but things being as they are with the restrictions, we're going to bring a bit of a flavour of it to you instead. So thanks so much for joining. There is lots going on this morning. And whilst we won't go into the real nitty gritty of detail, we can give you a really good overview, meet some of the staff, meet some of the students, and find out more about what's on offer, hopefully for you come this September, because there really is loads of great things in store. Now, all the details from this event and everything you need to find out is at wakefield.ac.uk. We've got a little special homepage for landing page for this event. You just put /VOE for virtual open event, and you can find anything there. If you need to nip off at some point and make a cup of tea, not a problem. We'll put this all up. We'll be streaming the whole thing afterwards as well. You can go to the landing page and watch anything that you've missed. If you want to know any of the course information, that of course is on the website, but you can also email as well, courseinfo@wakefield.ac.uk. And the phone number for the college is 01924 789 111. Don't worry if you haven't noted all of that down. We will be running the details across the screen as the event goes on this morning. Now, we've got a live chat function as well. So if you have any questions, we'd really love to hear from you. We can put your questions today to some of those members of staff I'm going to be speaking to soon. So if there's anything you want to know about, get it in the little chat section and we can bring that up on screen and have your question answered for you as well. Not only that, got an unbelievable prize. How do you fancy winning a Google Chromebook? This is up for grabs. We have a University Centre at Wakefield College photography competition, and details of how you can get involved in that and how you can win that absolutely amazing prize coming up later this morning as well. We'll also be hearing from some students, Trinity and Callum, about their experiences as well. So what's the programme for today? What's coming up? Well, in a nutshell, it looks a little bit like this. We'll be speaking to Louise about school leaver options and how to apply. Richard about the academic routes through to A-level. Matt can tell you about the new T-levels. I don't know if you're familiar with these. They're brand new this year, and they'll be brand new to Wakefield College from September. Could be the perfect thing for you. Hayley's all over the student experience, enrichment and work placement. She'll be chatting about that for us today. We've got Stephen to talk about apprenticeships, where you can earn whilst you learn. Lee to talk about the student experience, also about your career potential and financial support, which might be really important to you. So that's something we'll be getting onto as well. Justine from the business school for the professional courses on offer, and also Claire to talk you through the University Centre at Wakefield College. So lots coming up. A reminder, get those questions in. We want to answer them today, and we've got virtual tours coming up in just a moment. But before we do that, let's speak to the school liaison officer to talk about your options for school leavers, if that's you, how you apply, and just really to intro you to this morning. It's Louise Crook, who is the school liaison officer, and just like that, Louise appears. How are you, Louise? Okay?
I'm good, thank you. Are you?
I'm really good, thank you. I'm just getting over the excitement of the football last night, which was just a wonderful 0-0 draw. Okay, so I guess first things first for people watching who are thinking, right, what are my options come September? There are 4 main routes, aren't there? So do you want to just talk us a little bit through those?
Yeah, so first of all, we've got your vocational route. So this is more of a coursework-based programme, which does have some exams within them, but a bit more practical, a bit more hands-on. So there's lots of different subjects within those, and we do offer those right from sort of entry-level, level 1, right up to level 3. So there's definitely something for everybody within those. We get lots of students that go on to things like university and apprenticeships or employment after they've studied with those. So do have a look at those if that's something that you might be thinking of. We've also got the A-level route, so a bit more exam-based, and I'm sure Richard will tell us a bit more about those a little later. But again, there's lots of different subjects, and you'll choose 3 different subjects to study with the A-levels. So there might be some subjects that you've studied for your GCSEs that you might want to carry on with, but there's also lots of different subjects as well. So if there's something new that you want to study, or something that you've always had an interest in, you do have that option when you come to college. We've also got, like you said before, the T levels, which are new this year. So we've got 3 T levels that you can study. We've got the digital services, we've got construction, and we've also got childcare. And as these are new, there's a 45-day industry placement involved with those. So if you're wanting to do that kind of industry placement alongside any of those courses, then that is the route for you. And then last but not least, we've got the apprenticeships. So where you'll be coming to college probably 1 day a week to do your qualification, but you'll be working full time, you'll be earning while you're doing your qualification. So again, you're getting that hands-on work experience as well as the qualification. So lots of stuff available.
Yeah, there is loads. That's the one thing that's always struck me about Wakefield College, is that there are all these different options available, that there's going to be something for everyone, which is great. And we'll talk through those different ones you've just mentioned with the heads of departments in just a moment. If it's all right with you, I don't want to put you on the spot, Louise, but we obviously can't be there in person. And one of the great things about Wakefield College and actually being there, not talking about it through a screen, but actually being there in the flesh at the place itself, because it's such a fantastic place to walk into with such a warm feeling, which hopefully we'll get a bit of that across to you today, but you can't really feel it unless you're there. But on the website, we've got these virtual tours you can go and have a look at. So if we just pull up a couple, maybe you can just talk us through. This is the little area. If we start with the Wakefield City campus, and if you look at all those little green dots, if you click on those, it loads up an area. So you can have a look at all sorts of stuff. We'll load up now the restaurant kitchen, because this is, in terms of facilities, Louise, it's just fab, isn't it?
Yeah, so every kind of area is kitted out really well. So every student that studies with us, like for the kitchens, for example, is full of, professional equipment that is used in restaurants and kitchens everywhere. So students really get the opportunity to experience what it would be like to work in that environment before even going out on things like work experience and that sort of thing. So they're gaining all those skills ready for employment or further study. And it looks really good for employers if they've had the chance and opportunity to experience that already with us at college.
Yeah, it really is great. I mean, you just look at them and you're like, oh, wow, that's the kind of place you'd be working in if you were working. And that's the idea, I think, with a lot of, and we're showing you the kitchens at the moment, but it's for a lot of courses, isn't it, really, that there are these sort of facilities that replicate what it's like in industry.
Absolutely. I think I always say college is like a stepping stone to whether it be university, to work, to full-time employment, to apprenticeships, whatever it is that students are wanting to do, college is that stepping stone. So at college, we really make sure that we give students the skills and the opportunities that they need, so that when they're going on to that, they've got lots of experience and skills and qualities that, that employers want, really.
Yeah, we looked at the Wakefield City campus. You can also scroll down, as you can see, there's the Castleford campus. Let's go into one of the workshops there, one of the motor vehicle workshops. Again, fab facilities.
Yeah, you'll see all the cars that are in the workshop, they all belong to college. When you head outside there through the door, there's lots of cars available. So students will be sort of taking those apart, putting them back together. And again, if you were to go and work in a garage or anything like that, this is kind of what it would look like. So it gives students the opportunity to do that before even going out on work experience. And it makes it a little less daunting as well, if you're going out on work experience, because you're familiar with the environment that you'll be working in, and it prepares you ready for that, really. And then when you're going on to employment as well, it does prepare you for those roles.
Yeah, so those are a couple of the areas. In your own time, when you get a moment, wakefield.ac.uk, the virtual tours, and it's not just those areas, you can see all around, including like communal areas and libraries and stuff like that, so you can get a real feel for it. Fantastic tour guide, by the way, Louise, I have to say. It's almost like you practiced it. Right, applications are open. I mean, we're in June, we're like mid-June, coming towards the end of June. We're talking September. Applications are open. We can do this today. You can do it now, can't you?
Absolutely, yeah. It doesn't take too long. If you do watch today and think, I do want to put an application in, then that's absolutely fine. I always say to students, it's better to have, lots of options. So when you've finished on, when you get your results on GCSE results day, you can think, right, I've got these options. Which ones do I want to take up? Which is the course that I want to study, and where do I want to study? So it's better to have more options and more opportunities, so you can make that decision after you've got your results. And because sometimes once you've got your results, that does kind of help you decide, I think.
Yeah, Louise, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thanks for joining us. And what we'll do is as well, we'll just take a look, because we've got a little video which shows you the application process via the website. Just to mention, worth mentioning, this footage, some of it was taken pre-COVID-19, hence people huddled up together, having a good time. But take a look at this.
Go to the Wakefield College website at www.wakefield.ac.uk. Once on the website, scroll down to the course search and type in the courses that you're wanting to apply for. Once you have pressed the search button, you should see the course that you're looking for. Click into the link to access all the information you will need to know about the course. Once you are sure that this is the right course for you, just click apply. If there are other courses you would like to apply for, please choose search for more courses and repeat the process. To check you are happy with your chosen courses, click on the items and this will show you all the courses in your list. If you are applying for more than one course, you can list in order of preference. Once you're happy with this, choose to continue and start to input your personal details. Please complete every section accurately, including your contact details, as we will use these to contact you about your interview. To ensure that your application can go through without any complications, you must ensure that you provide us with all your predicted grades, especially Maths and English. Without these, we are unable to progress your application. Once you get to the end, just choose Submit and then you have applied to Wakefield College. You should receive an email to confirm your application. Please make sure to check your junk folder just in case it goes into there. It will take us a couple of weeks to process the application and then you will receive details about an interview date. This is where you will get the chance to meet a course tutor and talk about the course. You can also explain why you would like to do the course that you have applied for. You also have the chance to ask any questions about the course, the college, enrichment opportunities or student support available to you. It is really important to attend your interview to get a flavour of the course and the college and make sure it is right for you.
Okay, there you go, the details of how you can apply. Louise, just before you go, we've got a little question to ask you, if that's all right. From Lexi, how long does it take for you to hear back once you've applied?
It is kind of a busy time of year, particularly at this point with applications. So it will take a couple of weeks to get your interview dates through, but you can always get in touch with us if you've got any concerns or you just kind of want to know what's happening, because it is kind of done through each department, so it does differ slightly. But any concerns, just give us a call to admissions and they'll be able to tell you kind of where you're up to.
Awesome. Lexi, hope that answers it for you. Any questions, just put them in the chat. Louise, thank you for answering that and also for opening things up this morning with the virtual tour and everything like that. Louise, we'll speak to you soon. Cheers. That's great.
Thanks.
Okay, lots more still to come, including the new T-levels. Now, you might have heard that when Louise was mentioning, I'm not that familiar with T-levels. They are brand new, and it might be something that's perfect for you. There's a local IT company called Bellingham, who the college are working closely with as well for the digital support services pathway. And we'll find out more about that. First, let's talk about A-levels. The head of A-levels is Richard Collins, and Richard is here. Hi, how are you?
Hi,
all right.
I'm all right, mate. How are you?
Yeah, really good, thank you. Well, Louise has done the honours of going first, so it's plain
I know
sailing
she said everything about everybody. I think we just take the time off now.
Great. Well, thanks for joining us, Richard. We'll speak
Lovely.
to you soon.
See you next week.
Okay, let's talk about A-levels. I guess A-levels are the one that, everyone's heard of, kind of from a traditional standpoint. Just talk us through the A-levels and what's available.
Okay, fine. Well, yes, you're absolutely right. A-levels is the traditional route into university, the academic route, as opposed to a vocational course. It's a 2-year study programme. So you study 3 subjects that you choose over 2 years. And at the end of that, you've got a whole set of exams in the summer. So that's the normal route through, and then applications onto university. In terms of what we offer, about 21 subjects offered at Wakefield College. So you've got the ones that students will be familiar with: English language, English literature, history, geography, things like that. But some that you probably haven't come across before: psychology, sociology, criminology, law, photography, politics, computer science. So there's plenty of choice to go at.
Yeah, and the kind of universities that students have gone on to once they finished their A-levels, where have they ended up placing and what have they ended up doing?
Right, lots of different places. We've got students who have gone down to Oxford and Cambridge before, the universities in Leeds, Sheffield, Durham. Where else is there? York, there's another fairly popular one. In terms of subjects that they've chosen, a whole range of things. We've got students that have gone and studied journalism, pharmacy, archaeology, biomedical science, business and accounting. Paramedicine seems to be fairly popular this year with student choices. So yeah, the world's your oyster, really.
Pass rate. Let's talk about that, because it's quite an important thing, really, to mention. How does Wakefield College fare? How's it look on the pass rate front?
Really good. For the past, I don't know, a dozen years or so, we've achieved around the sort of 96, 97% pass rate. This last summer, it was a 97% pass rate, but we had 12 courses achieve 100% pass rate. So in terms of students leaving Wakefield College and having their A-levels, yes, they're doing really, really well.
Okay, let's just bring a question in for you, Richard, if that's all right, because again, in the live chat, this is the place to do it. Samia wants to know, would I be able to change my subjects before starting?
Yes, once you've applied to study A-levels, when you're invited along for enrolment, you'll have an academic interview with one of the tutors. If you've changed your mind at that point, that's fine. Just tell us what you've changed your mind to, and we can sort that out for you.
Okay, fantastic. Let's, if you're all right to hang on for a second, Richard,
sure.
Please do. But we're going to hear from Grace now, because she's a student who's been talking about her experience at college. So take a look at this.
Hello, my name is Grace. I'm currently a fourth-year student at the University of Cambridge, so I'm studying for my master's degree, having done my undergraduate already. Before that, though, I was a student at Wakefield College, where I studied physics, chemistry, maths and Spanish A-levels, and I'm here today to tell you a little bit about my experience of doing that. So the reason why I chose Wakefield College over New College, Pontefract and Huddersfield Greenhead College was because it didn't feel like a school. A lot of sixth form colleges do feel like a school environment, but I felt like I was ready for a change. There are no bells, no uniforms, no sir and miss in college. And that was something that I felt like I was really ready for. It was also somewhere where I could be slightly more independent. There were things like the library where you kind of had to use your study skills to be able to work effectively there, but you were completely supported in learning these new skills. So I really, really enjoyed that. Another thing that I think is particularly important is that Wakefield has a really friendly atmosphere. Now, you can't feel that because you can't visit the college at the moment, so I think it's really important to tell you that you feel like you're a member of a community, and it's a really, really lovely place to be. Not only that, but there's also a Starbucks over the way, which is a big selling point, and lots of very new facilities there as well. So there were some lovely science labs with glittery bits on the floor. They were a major selling point for me, as well as the fact the equipment was really good too. While I was actually at college, I got to do lots of really cool things. So first of all, I got to go to CERN, which is in Geneva, where we saw a massive particle accelerator with the physics trip. We also got to do things like taking part in the New Analysts competition and going to places like Huddersfield University, where we got to see a bit about things that we could do beyond college. We also went to the Oxbridge conference, which really, really helped me to decide that I wanted to apply here. Throughout my whole application process for Cambridge, I was also completely supported by the college, from everything doing my entrance exam and having extra prep sessions with my tutors, right the way through to interview practice ahead of time. I found that my whole experience at Wakefield was brilliant. I had an amazing time there. I got to participate in lots of different schemes that really, really helped me on my way, and I felt like having entered there with no direction, I left there with a fairly clear picture of what I wanted to do. I really hope that this is helpful to you, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of this virtual open day.
So there you go. That was Grace, who has now secured a paid research PhD in a collaboration between the University of Leeds and the University of Oxford. So really fantastic. And I think one of the things she picked out there was, well, there's a couple of things. Firstly, it's a shame we can't have everyone in today, because there is that great feeling of community down there at the college. But the other thing she mentioned as well was that you're treating people like young adults, right? It's a really good bridge. If you're thinking about going to university, this is a really good couple of years that's going to stand you in good stead.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's very different to school. It's a more relaxed atmosphere. You're on first name terms with teaching staff. We're on first name terms with you. You've got a lot of independence as a student, but with that, I guess, comes a bit of responsibility that you need to know when you need to work. And there's a lot of independent work that you need to do. But that's important because it prepares you for life as a student at university, where so much of the work you do there is your own work and not led by teaching staff. So yeah, it's a relaxed atmosphere. It's different. It's nice. It's enjoyable, and our students tell us year in, year out that's what they love.
Fantastic. Richard, thank you so much for giving us a little insight there into A-levels. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. We'll speak soon.
And you. Thanks a lot. See you later.
No worries. All the details, of course, wakefield.ac.uk. And again, we'll keep those details going on the screen so that you've got them. And if you've got any questions, pop them in the chat. We'll be finding out about apprenticeships soon, how Wakefield College can help your working career get up and running. Before we do that, let's talk about T-levels, because this is the one that's new that you might not have heard about. And the head of curriculum for business, travel and tourism and computing for T-levels is Matt Goodlad, who is here. And that's probably the longest title of anyone.
Yeah, you did quite well there, Rich. Well done.
In the history of the world. I don't know how you get that on a business card. That must be a nightmare. Right, Matt, let's talk about T-levels, because they are new this year. They'll be new come September for Wakefield College. It's probably worth explaining just exactly what they are.
Yeah, so you might have heard about T-levels before. They might be new to you, but the government, with the help of employers, they've really invested a lot in them. So they're now seen as an important qualification for getting young people into jobs. So like you mentioned at the start of the broadcast, Rich, T-levels are new courses that were launched last year, but we're offering them for the first time at Wakefield College from September. They follow on from GCSEs, so they're the equivalent of doing 3 A-levels. Now, what's different about the T-levels and why they're getting so much attention is that they've been created by the industry that they relate to. So you can gain the knowledge, the skills you need to progress into an identified job or career. The pathways that we offer a T-level in at Wakefield are construction, education and childcare, and then digital IT support services. So whichever T-level you study, they're delivered over 2 years, and they combine learning in the classroom with practical skills-based or hands-on learning. But most importantly, there's also a large 45-day work placement. Now, that's going to be with a top business in the local area. And that's what really makes the T-level unique to the other courses that we offer.
Okay, brilliant. Let's just speak a little bit more in a moment, especially about the digital support pathways, because there's loads to find out about that. But before we do, just take a look at this, which will give you a bit more of an idea of what the T-levels are all about. So there you go. That's what the T-levels are all about. Let's get into the digital support pathways. What exactly is digital support? Why is it important? I guess are the obvious questions here.
Yeah, we keep using this term, digital support services. But I mean, just to explain what we actually mean by it, if you take a business or a company that uses a lot of IT, I mean, obviously, most companies do these days. A larger company, well, they may have their own IT support team working within their own building. But smaller businesses, well, they may use an external IT support company to help them. So it's about ensuring that their IT systems are reliable, they're safe and secure, and that they run efficiently. So you can imagine just how important this T-level pathway is going to be to most employees, if not all. And it's not just digital or IT firms either. I mean, if you look at I don't know, local distribution companies like Next and Amazon, they're right on our doorstep. But then think about how much they're going to depend on a reliable IT network. And that's what this T-level is really supporting.
Yeah, I guess if there's one thing in terms of career options after doing this T-level, I mean, it's huge, isn't it? The amount of opportunities that it can lead to if you're looking for something in an expanding industry at the moment. You know, digital support is, as we've all seen over the last year, is just getting bigger and bigger, isn't it?
Yeah, well, this is why digital T-level, why it's so important, Rich. I mean, there are actually over 65,000 jobs relating to support services in this region. So that's not just Wakefield, that's throughout Yorkshire. And jobs in digital and IT support, they're going to be even more in demand by employers over the next 3 to 5 years. So we're getting ready at Wakefield College to meet that gap. This T-level, it's going to put you in a position where your specialism, your skills, they're really wanted by employers when you finish your studies. So it could be that you want to progress into a job as an IT support technician or a network engineer, but it also supports progression into cutting edge specialist roles like cybersecurity and data management. And what I love about this T-level, Rich, is how it opens up so many opportunities for you to be in demand for jobs by employers that are crying out for qualified people.
Yeah, and of course we mentioned that part of this is the work element of it as well as the studying element of it. It's a kind of hybrid course. So which employers are you working with, and how does that work?
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned them before, but for digital, we're working with a Wakefield company called Bellingham IT. Bellingham have actually supported us for a couple of years now at the college, but they're a really important partner. So they've helped us in developing this T-level. So they're a leading IT company. They're local. They're based in South Kirby, and they've been really supportive in helping us design the course and making it relevant to what companies like them are actually expecting from our students. We're also fortunate to be supported now by Wakefield Council as well, and other employers.
Okay, let's just take a look at how that's working with Bellingham. We've got a quick little video to show you on that.
Yeah, cool.
My name is Max Elvin and I'm working towards the infrastructure technician.
My name's Sean O'Toole. I am currently on my level 4 network engineering course. So I've been at Bellingham for nearly 3 years now. I think my passion for IT started when I left Leeds City College to kind of pursue IT.
I wanted to get into IT, so I like working with computers, stuff like that. So I was like, well, why not bring that into my work? So I looked for an IT role. Found Bellingham IT.
Majority of my time is spent day to day at Bellingham IT, but also I'll attend courses throughout those 2 years. I'll complete coursework.
But what's beautiful about this whole process is the fact that those people are mentored during that journey. So people aren't just left to their own devices. They've got somebody there to coach and tailor their learning to make sure that they're getting the best out of that experience.
He gives me stuff to work through so that I can kind of teach myself, kind of, if that makes sense. He does kind of monitor me and make sure that everything's going okay, and he is always there if I do need any help.
A lot of the exams that I sit in my level 4 are CompTIA, which is quite a large universally known accreditor for certifications.
It is really beneficial, basically, just because, as I say, it's an actual job, you get an actual experience, it's the real world, and you're gaining your qualifications at the end of the day, so really good all round, in my opinion.
So there you go, a little bit of an insight into Bellingham IT and how they're working alongside Wakefield College. One more thing, Matt, before you go, probably worth mentioning is industry placements.
Yeah, and again, like I mentioned, that's one of the unique aspects about the T-level. So you're allocated a placement with a company or an employer that's got a strong reputation within that industry. So you'll get real on-the-job experience, just like the video showed. You'll learn the skills while you're with the employer day to day. So you're not just learning in the classroom, you're gaining real insight into what the job really is. So on the digital support services T-level, you will go on a 45-day placement. So with Bellingham IT or Wakefield Council or an employer like them, so you're going to experience exactly what it's like to work for an IT firm. You'll also get to use the tools, the software that are standard within the industry and really build on your technical skills. But in return, Bellingham and employers like them, they're going to expect you to work as part of their team, to communicate and work with their clients day to day and really get stuck into the role. So overall, the goal of the T-level placement is to put learning into practice. And honestly, it's an amazing experience that companies like Bellingham are offering that you're just not going to get on a standard course.
Yeah, so look, this is all new. It all starts in September. You can apply for this now, but if you want any more details or you've got any questions as well, get in touch, because we are aware it might be something that you weren't familiar with, and so it might be the first time you're hearing about this morning. But Matt and the team are there to answer any questions that you've got, and all the details, as always, are at wakefield.ac.uk. Hey, good luck for the start of it in September. It's exciting to be doing something new.
Yeah, I mean, the staff are really on board with it. Like I say, Bellingham have been brilliant. So in terms of getting everything in place, the resources, the equipment, that environment, even in the college, making it a professional environment for our students. So we're buzzing about it. We really
awesome. Matt, have a great weekend.
Great, you too. Thanks, Rich.
Okay, still to come, we will hear from a local construction company, Sewell, talking about how college students are embracing their work placements. Before we do that, let's chat apprenticeships, becoming increasingly popular. You can earn whilst you learn. The recruitment and contracting officer to tell us about apprenticeships and what Wakefield College can do for you is Stephen Fell. Stephen, are you there?
Hi, good morning. You all right?
Good. I'm all right. I believe we had a behind-the-scenes stress when you disconnected, Steve, but you're back with us.
There's always a bit of fun in these things, isn't there?
always fun again. No one needed to know. Okay, so Stephen, first and foremost, just tell anyone who's not sure, what is an apprenticeship?
So an apprenticeship is basically a different way of learning. So instead of being in college and learning on the course full-time, you'll be out working with your employer. So you'll be learning on the job firsthand, all the different tools of the trade. You'll be learning about the working world, like gaining a load of different experiences that you might not necessarily get in college. Is obviously firsthand, like on the job. There's loads of different things that crop up, and it's just a different way of learning, really. You're gaining that working knowledge whilst having the benefits of being an employee. So you'll be having getting paid for your time, earning while you learn, as has previously been mentioned. You'll be basically working as a full-time employee.
And what areas do you provide apprenticeships in? If someone's thinking, this sounds right up my street, the idea of earning whilst you're learning, like we've said, well, what areas specifically do you kind of offer these in?
So there's a wide variety that we offer. Some of our most popular ones are like construction, engineering, motor vehicle, and even then there's like a load of different sub options under them. So like in construction, which is like the one I work on mainly, you can do like your site joinery, you've got bricklayers, you've got plumbing and heating. But then there's also like a load of other options as well. We do dental nursing, horticulture, we've got a load of business options, a few food and drink. So we're quite well varied in the different courses that we offer for people.
Yeah, it's a long list of them, and again, all the details on the website. It's important for someone looking to do this. It's all about future employment as well. So what does the college team? What do you and the college do to help find an employer? Because that's what this is all about, really, isn't it?
Yeah. So the main way we help is we post the vacancies onto our apprenticeships page. Any employer that comes directly through to us, and if they want to advertise, it'll be posted onto that page. It's updated fairly regularly whenever we get a new opportunity through. So it's always worth checking every few days if there's something on there that's right up your street. There's also we're able to help you as well if you need any advice on your CV, any interview help. If you want to contact the apprenticeship team, we've got a direct line, we've got an email. I believe they're all online, but we're able to help in any way that we can if you need support applying or looking for a new apprenticeship.
And the employees that you work with, can you give just a few examples of the kind of people that you're working with, the kind of people that someone watching right now might end up working with?
Yeah, there's a variety of employers. Like we've got these big national companies that are looking for an apprenticeship to take on and build up to their standards, and then you've got your local companies, something a bit more close to home. But we also work with one-man bands as well, like people who are just wanting to take someone on, help them out, give them a bit of help on the job. There's a load of variety of employees that we work with. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for giving us a bit of info on that, and also for going for the full gaming headset. Which is all. I feel like you're going straight back to FIFA or something like that.
Need to avenge Scotland and England after last night. Oh.
Exactly. I won't take up any more of your time. Stephen, cheers for that. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Rich. Cheers.
All right, take care. Great stuff. Let's catch up with a student, actually, a music student called Callum, who's been talking about his experience with the college.
Hi there, my name's Callum and I do the Level 3 Music Performance course at Wakefield College. So I chose to study music performance at college because I've always had a soft spot for music. Anything interesting, whether it's performing on stage or working backstage on gigs and festivals, looking at all sorts of things, has always really interested me. And I myself only properly started my musical journey in year 10 when I took up learning how to play drums, and since then my life has been completely different. Last year during the first lockdown, I got bored and messaged one of my friends at college and asked if he wanted to start a band. And since then we've gone on to release 3 singles and an entire rehearsal EP of original music. And it's just been a great experience to work with someone that I feel like I know really well, and to be able to bring even more people in from college to work on a project that we're all really passionate about. So, being a music student, obviously I love all aspects of music, and if I had to name the top 5 musicians that got me into trying to get into the industry, I'd probably say Bring Me the Horizon, Green Day, Nirvana, Foo Fighters and Blink-182, just because the music that they make is always amazing. But the best thing about being a student at Wakefield College is the welcoming atmosphere that you get whenever you walk into any building. So, for example, coming into the music block, there's all sorts of people doing lessons here, from music students to musical theatre students to photography students. And everyone always gives you a nice smile and makes you feel like you are part of the community here. And more specifically on the music course, you always feel like you're going to learn something new every week. So before I started the course, I would never have thought of being a session musician or getting into film composing, but the tutors allow you to understand the mindset of people that are actually within the industry in so many different ways, and they open up avenues to all areas of the industry. So once I've finished my studies at Wakefield College, I'm going on to study at Leeds Conservatoire for 4 years on their Popular Music with Foundation course, and I'm looking into getting into a career in music. And like any musician, the dream would be to never work a day in my life and just tour the world playing music for a living. But on a more realistic note, seeing how the tutors are around college and how fun teaching can be, a career in music teaching would probably be the best avenue for me.
So there you go, Callum talking about music there at the college. You can sort of get a real sense for his passion for doing that as well. Potentially the next Dave Grohl you just saw on your screen. Let's move on to extracurricular activities and also the experience really of college, which is such an important thing. The head of student experience and engagement is Hayley Shillito. Hayley, hello, how are you?
Hello, how are you doing, Rich? I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Right, let's talk about enrichment and things, because you know, I know how passionate you are about trying to get over a sense of what college life is like. We've talked a bit about the courses and the options that are available, but it's more than that as well. It's a community of people learning together and also doing great stuff that the college has to offer.
Yeah, there's loads of stuff that students can get involved in. And we really want to make sure that, as well as making friends on your courses, that students get an opportunity to make friends with loads of different people from loads of different courses. So we have weekly activities, things like, you know, your traditional sport, football, netball. We also have like Zumba, cricket, those sorts of things. But then we also have other sessions that students can get involved with. So we run beginners French. We've got the Duke of Edinburgh Awards. If you're really outdoorsy and want to get your teeth stuck into sort of some navigating and map reading and learning new skills, and the Duke of Edinburgh is an option. We also run lots of other things that students can do. So we have lots of clubs for loads of different things. And what we don't have, or if there is anything that we don't have, then students can bring that. So we have a student union. And we have lots of students who say, actually, there's not a music club at the moment, so can we run a music club? And then that starts. Or they have another students who might want to set up an LGBTQ community, and so then they start that. So basically, if we don't have something offer, we'll put it on offer so that it meets our student needs.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, you know, for you, Hayley, as well, and everyone at the college, I mean, it's such a tricky year, so difficult, and with all the extra things that you would normally do. But you know, come September, hopefully for you, you can really get things back on track. And you've done so much stuff online, and where you've been able to make the most of everything as well as you can this year. But next year is a really good opportunity to fully get back stuck into it.
next year is the year, Rich. It's the time for everyone to get involved. I can't wait for the first trip we'll do to Alton Towers just before October half term, just to get all the students together, because that's always loads of fun. And you're right, we have done lots virtually this year. We've still managed to put on a really good sort of group of activities for students to get involved in, but nothing beats that face-to-face. That's not to say that we won't have some clubs running online. Certainly things like Driving Theory Club, that's worked really well online, so we'll continue with that this year. But yeah, we can't wait to get students out and about, trips and visits, Duke of Edinburgh, loads of stuff. I can't wait.
Okay, if you've got any questions about college life, Hayley is your lady for that. So get your questions in the chat. Before we do that, let's just take a look at some of the things that you might be getting involved in next year. Yeah, and that's just a taster, really, Hayley. I mean, you mentioned quite a lot of the activities and that you're open to ideas as well. It's kind of shaped around students. Lots of sporting activities you've also got going on.
Yeah. So we run, like I said, the traditional sports, but then we also have Wednesday afternoons, which is dedicated to student enrichment. So students can play competitively, or they can just do sort of social stuff. And again, we'll even sort of go a bit random. We ran club-a-size one year because, you know, it's all about having fun. And we'll basically do anything. If students are up for it, we'll make sure that it's available for students.
All right, tell us a little bit about sort of hands-on work experience as part of courses as well, because this is really important and a great thing to do.
Yeah, so I know certainly Matt and others have mentioned work placements. If you study a T-level, you'll absolutely be doing a 45-day placement. But even if you don't do a T-level, if you do your BTEC, your A-level, there is still an opportunity to take part in work experience and really work with an employer to develop what you're learning in the classroom, obviously on the job. So generally our students do around 30 hours in a work placement. So they'll do a 1 week block placement with us, and we'll work with the student and employer to make sure that it fits them and suits what they want to do.
Okay, and one of those employees is Sewell Group. So let's just take a look at how that works, because we've got a little video to show you.
Hi, my name's John Webster. I'm a project manager for Sewell Construction. Okay, so the way we come to get involved with Wakefield College was Sewell's old business plan is around the sort of local engagement and social value, and with that, this project, the Rutland Mills project, we have a commitment within a planning condition to employ locally, encourage to sort of for people to sort of seek employment. So with that, I reached out to Wakefield College to offer as many placements as we could, really, if we could sort of work together and provide some assistance for the sort of younger generation, if you like, that sort of moving into the construction business. So thankfully, Debbie came forward, and unfortunately, due to the recent pandemic and restrictions, it didn't happen as quick as we'd like. But Debbie managed to find us a couple of candidates who have now joined the business 1 day a week, and get involved with the commercial side of the business and also the management side of the business. And seem to thoroughly enjoy it and like what they see. They're fitting really well to the team. They come with enthusiasm, which is a big thing. So like I caught on earlier, the two guys that we have that come onto Rutland Mills every week, from walking in the door in the morning, the prompt, the dress smart, the enthusiasm's there, and they're keen to ask questions. And when you see that, for us, you're willing to then give them more. So working in a classroom environment is completely different to working out in the open field. It's not all about textbook. Sometimes about thinking on your feet, planning, engagement with others, and by allowing them to sort of get involved with us and chaperone us, and sit in meetings and sort of listen to the sort of hustle and bustle of the office. They get to see it from a different avenue, and it's a privilege to have these guys on board.
So there you go. It just gives you a bit of an insight as well, and I think that's one of the things, isn't it, with people who are taking you on work experience. They want to help you. They want you to get better and get that experience. But we've got a question, Hayley, if that's all right, which we're just going to chuck your way. You don't have to look so nervous about it. Kimmy says, "Is a question? Is there a chess club at the moment?"
There hasn't been one this year, but there's certainly been one in previous years. And again, if you're saying, I want a chess club, we'll make it happen.
There you go. We want a chess club, Hayley. Make it happen. Do it. Another question that's come in as well. Remember, you can just put them in the chat. We can bring them straight on the screen, and we can have any of your questions answered. So, just anything you want to know about, just ask Lexi. When is enrolment time?
Yeah, so we are starting enrolment on the 20th of August. So we'll do it between then and then the start of term. So from the 20th of August till the 6th of September, that's when you'll have your enrolment. So if you've applied to us, you'll get a letter inviting you for that. But if you haven't applied or you're still not sure, but then you think, oh, am I going to be too late? It's okay. You can still come at enrolment, and we can obviously guide you in the right way and get you on the right course.
Okay, fantastic. Hayley, thanks for that. Looking forward to a slightly more normal year come September as well, from everything from your perspective. But good to speak to you.
That's great. Take care. Bye-bye.
Cheers. There you go. All the details, as always, wakefield.ac.uk. You want to find out anything about this event in particular, you want to watch anything back, someone who hasn't been watching this morning, but you think, actually, maybe this is their time well spent to have a look at what's going on. wakefield.ac.uk/VOE for virtual open events. Still to come, find out how about university level courses and an exclusive look at the UCW teaser trailer. That's on the way as well. But if you're an adult 19 plus and maybe thinking, I wish I'd gone to university, well, it's not too late. Access to higher education could help, and the curriculum development manager is Stephen Jones. So Stephen is with us this morning. Hey, Stephen.
Hi, Rich. You okay?
Yeah, I'm really good, thank you. Really good, thanks. We were just mentioning with Hayley how it's been a very strange year. And I think for a lot of adults, we've all had time to think, haven't we? If there's one thing we've done in the last year, it's been pause for thought and to think, actually, what am I doing with my life? What do I want to be doing with my life? And do I want to make a change? And you've seen, haven't you, that, a lot of people are thinking now is the time possibly to take that step that they didn't originally do.
Exactly, Rich. Yeah, I think what's happened is whilst we've been in lockdown, people have had a pause for thought, as you rightly say, and some people have pressed the reset button. So in 2021, we've had record numbers of over 19 people coming to do a variety of access courses. And part of that is the desire to maybe make a big change in their life, to do something different in a career. But we know if you want to be something like a lawyer, or you want to be someone who's a graphic designer, you're going to need a degree. And if you haven't got qualifications at level 3, you haven't done your A-levels, or you haven't got very many qualifications, you need a second chance. And obviously coming on and doing a 1-year access course, if you're over 19, that will get you onto degree courses, and you can do all those fantastic array of careers such as social work, nursing, you can be a sports psychologist, you can be a veterinary assistant. We've got an access course for you. And if you need any other qualifications, the GCSEs or something like that to get you started, we can do it for you. So thoroughly agree. I don't want to put people off, because even though we had record numbers last year, we've definitely got places for next year for everyone. So hopefully they were tuning in and getting interested in that, Rich.
Yeah, some people might be thinking, you get to a stage of life where financial things become a bit more difficult. So in terms of financial support, that's there. There's advanced learner loans. So it's maybe worth us just talking a little bit about how those work.
Exactly. So first thing to bear in mind, even though it's A-levels for adults, what we're talking about in terms of access courses, they are only 1 year. So that's the first thing to consider. Secondly, as you rightly say, most people are not paying. That's because they're either 19 to 23 and it's kind of free, just like it would be at 16 to 18, or you take that something called the Advanced Learner Loan, which no money changes hands. It's a fairly straightforward thing. Basically, you take out a loan for your tuition, but when you go and do a degree after, to get into social work or law and criminology degrees or your business degree, you never have to pay it back. So it doesn't really matter what you choose to do. In terms of your degree, you never pay it back. So no upfront fees, and it's a loan that's written off once you've completed a degree at the end of it all.
And of course, suitable for mature learners as well.
Exactly, yes. So we've got people in terms of the mature learners. If you're over 19, you count as a mature learner, but definitely we have people in 20s, 30s, 40s, even as old as me, some of them a bit older than that. But we have a vast array of different age groups, and we're open to all people. So come along and get applying, and we'd love to hear from you.
Okay, Stephen, thank you so much. And like we say, it might be one of those things that you're just considering making a change with your life and what you want to do. Go and have a look on the website. Go and have a chat. Stephen and the team are there as well to have, if you want a discussion about this and it's something you're considering. So do make contact, because you know they're a really good team there. Stephen, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it. And I can't believe he's not still in your 20s, Stephen. But there you go. Good to speak to you. Thanks, mate.
Great to speak to you. Thanks.
All right, good stuff. Yeah, all the details, of course, and on the website, wakefield.ac.uk. Still to come, we will hear from Trinity. She's studying arts. But before we do that, let's talk a bit about Student Central. Now, you might not know what Student Central is, but it's about support that is really second to none for you. Lee Alsop can tell us about that, because he's the head of student experience and support. Lee.
Hi, Rich. Morning, everyone.
You all right?
Yeah, very well, thank you.
Okay, so student support. Well, Student Central. Just explain a bit about Student Central.
So it's a one-stop shop really for our support services in college, based at both our main campuses, where it's all in one environment. It's a walk-in service under normal context, and as has been alluded to already, we hope in September we'll return to that. So if a student's struggling with anything at any point in time from their day-to-day time in college, or anything before a lesson or anything after college, those services are available to students to walk in and to speak to. And there's a wide range of services within there, spanning from things like financial support, careers, attendance, achievement, youth workers, pastoral team, the experience managers as well, counsellors, and a few more as well that I've probably forgotten about.
No, I'm not going to tick them off like it was a quiz show or anything like that. But all the details are on the website. Just talk to us a bit about the careers team, because one of those things is, helping with next steps. It's a really important thing. College is one step, and then there is the next steps after that. So how do the careers team help with all of that?
Yeah, great question. And I mean, it is a service that's really well utilised throughout the academic year for different reasons. And they're here to support students in an impartial way from entry to exit and beyond, really. Lots of learners do complete pre-entry interviews, and I would encourage everybody, as I have done on all of these events, to contact the careers team at careers@wakefield.ac.uk to try and book a pre-entry interview, to try and get that steer as to what suits you well in terms of your career option, and to ensure you have confidence behind your decision about your enrolment at college. Because as we know, now's the time really to know that decision is the right decision for you. But also it's the greatest time for you to make a different decision if it's not the right choice for you at the minute, whether that's a different course in college or a different route in college. And the service itself can do so over the telephone at the minute, Microsoft Teams, as well as telephone interviews too with clients. And we have software packages too that I think clients can look at, or students and young people can look at prior to that interview. Career Coach primarily being that. And if learners are looking at our website, just look out for Career Coach, and on there you can complete a skills careers assessment, and it will percentage match you to different sectors of industry and employment. And therefore, again, if anybody's unsure about a decision, completely in the dark about what they might want to do, or even absolutely sure about what they want to do, then Career Coach is a great starting point to look at what that career option could be for the young people. But also as well, when they're in there, it does give them some live labour market information too. So it'll tell them about what job opportunities are available at the moment, how many people work in that job at the moment within Yorkshire or wider, Wakefield included within that, and obviously what salaries, what employers are looking for, what skills and responsibilities. And So yeah, there's a lot of support out there. It's just a matter of accessing it first of all, but also then reaching out for those support interviews. And as I said, the service does support throughout the whole academic year. So it's not just to speak to clients about course options prior to enrolling with us. It's about them making sure that they get CV support, job application support, mock interview support, and many other areas of support whilst they're on that learner journey with us.
Yeah, keep your questions coming in for anyone today, or any general questions. We can bring them in. Just pop them in the chat section, and then we can bring them up on the screen. Lucy, I feel like I've chosen the wrong course for my future job. What should I do? Is this something you hear quite a bit? Because, you know, people are making decisions before knowing where they want to go in that next step.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially this time of year as well, because we recognise it's a tough decision, having been there ourselves. It's a really tough decision to make at such a young age. And absolutely, Lucy, it's a very valid question, and I'm glad you've asked it today, because I think now is the right time for you to start to wonder that. But again, as I've just said there, contact the careers team, look at Career Coach, and start to explore those opportunities further. The Career Service are all level 6 qualified, have got countless years of experience within the sector too, so they will really be able to either reassure you that is that the right choice for you right now, or also look at wider opportunities for you too. So well done for asking and raising that, Lucy. It's a really good question to ask.
Lee, just want to ask you quickly before you go about financial support as well, because there is financial support available to students.
Oh. Absolutely, yeah.
We
do have bursaries that are...
I thought we lost you for a moment, but you're back. Yeah, financial support, go for it.
Yeah, did pause for a moment, but yeah, we do have bursaries available for students for different reasons, whether that be travel, food, childcare costs, or other such bursaries that are available. And again, they are on our website, and it is an online application which will be being released in the next few weeks for next academic year. So once that is released, then there will be an announcement on the website and elsewhere for anybody that's already in the college communication channels. And it's means tested. The days of EMA are unfortunately no longer with us, but this is a means tested bursary application that does and will allow you to receive financial support for food, for travel, and for other resources related to the course, such as kit and travel and residential costs too. The application, like I say, is within the website, and it's under the Money Matters link, which can be seen in there at the moment.
Yeah, I guess if you're not sure, go and have a look. It's probably the best advice, because, you know, you might find out that you are, and don't let it be a barrier. If that can be avoidable, I guess is probably the best advice.
Yeah, we advocate that from day one with learners, by both prior to enrolment and throughout the academic year. You can only stand to gain by applying. There's no reason why anybody shouldn't apply if they're a student at college, because absolutely, if you can get a little bit of money or a lot of money every month, why not?
Okay, great, Lee. We'll leave it on that note. Thank you very much. Good to speak to you. And, you know, Lee and the team are there for any of your questions as well. So whenever you want to know anything, you can contact them, and all the details at wakefield.ac.uk. All right, let's hear from art students. This is Trinity.
Hiya, my name is Trinity Layton, and I am doing Art and Design Level 3. I chose this course because when I was in school I always struggled with the academic subjects, and art and design always made me feel free, and that I always could express myself in a different way than some people could. In the course, I'm not really a fan of doing pencil and pen drawings, so instead of that I do printing, and at the minute I am making a scarf for my final project. And in this, I'll use different colours, techniques, different medias like bubble wrap and string, and I'll make it in one big piece. At the minute of time while doing my course, I've found an interest in Andrew Lewin, who is a printing artist who I've took inspiration from to do my FMP with. Compared to other colleges, Wakefield College always made me feel special, kind of made me feel at home, whereas some other colleges made me feel uncomfortable and awkward. And yeah, I chose Wakefield College because I knew it was the best college for me and not something I was just getting forced into. After this course, I want to go down either a project design route or an architecture route. Whichever I go down, I always want to make sure it's something designing and art and design like.
Okay, a little few words there from Trinity about art and design. Now, did you know you can qualify, you can study for your degree in Wakefield? You can choose from over 35 university level courses. And of course, direct applications are open, as with everything on the website. Now, the University Centre has been rebranded, and we're really excited to show you an exclusive teaser of what the new campaign, which launches today, will look like. So let's take a look. Okay, and there's lots coming up over the summer as well, so keep your eye on the website, on our social channels as well. If you're not following, make sure you are, and you'll be able to keep up to date with all of that. But we can hear now from Claire, who's the director of HE, to give you some more info on the University Centre at Wakefield College.
Hello, I'm Claire Hargerup, and I'm the Director of Higher Education here at the University Centre at Wakefield College. Whilst today's open event is a virtual one, we're really looking forward to welcoming you back on campus in September. Welcome to the Seacole building, the home of the University Centre at Wakefield College. We're really proud of the facilities that we can offer in this building, and it's the home of our higher education teaching, our lecturer staff and our support team. We're conveniently located less than a 5-minute walk from Wakefield Central Station and also very close to the city centre. We're really proud of the facilities here at the University Centre. They include a 90-seater lecture theatre, specialist labs and IT equipment, and a range of size of classrooms. One of the things I wanted to talk to you about is the benefits of studying for your higher education course here at the University Centre at Wakefield College. We offer small group sizes, so you get very individual attention from your lecturers and tutors. We have a strong team of support staff who can work with you on issues such as finance, bursaries and study support needs. We design our courses in conjunction with local employers, so our employability rates tend to be very strong. We also offer relatively low fees in comparison to other higher education providers in the area. Our current fees for September 2021 sitting at £6,950 for a full-time course. When you compare this to many universities who are charging over £9,000 for a university course, it can make a difference to your financial situation. We offer a number of different types of degree qualification here at the University Centre. We have foundation degrees, which are level 4 and 5 qualifications, and once you've completed that, you could then do a level 6 top-up qualification, which we also offer. Our HNC qualifications are a single year level 4, and they're predominantly offered in areas such as engineering and construction. A HND qualification is also a level 4 and 5 qualification, and again you can top up with one of those. Finally, we offer a standard 3-year degree qualification, which may be the one that most of you are familiar with.
So there you go, the brand new look for the University Centre at Wakefield. If you want to get any more details on that, wakefield.ac.uk/HE is the place to go for all the details on that. And to celebrate the launch of the new look UCW, we are giving you the opportunity, this is awesome, to win a Google Chromebook by entering our photography competition. So anyone can get involved in this. We're looking for your best photos of the Wakefield district. It could be a building that you find interesting or love. It could be landscapes or anything else you feel really captures aspects of the Wakefield district. That's the brief. There's only one rule on this, by the way. You can only use your mobile phone. So it has to be taken on a mobile phone. How amazing can you make that look? And what is it, the thing, that image that means something to you for the Wakefield district? The entry deadline for this is the end of July, 31st of July. So you've got a bit of time to get out and do this. Plan a nice day, hopefully when the weather's a bit less gloomy than it is today. And if you want to get involved in this, you might want to make a note of where you want to send your photos to, because it's an email address. You email them over to marketing@wakefield.ac.uk. That's marketing@wakefield.ac.uk. Again, All the details are on the website for the virtual open event. So go and check it out, have a look, and hopefully you'll be walking off with that amazing prize as well. Okay, before we wrap up today, let's talk about the business school at Wakefield College. Could help you get professionally qualified. One of our senior trainers is Justine Woods. So Justine is with us this morning. Justine, hi.
Hi, Rich. You all right?
Thanks for hanging about, by the way. Last one this morning. What sort of courses are available then through the business school?
Yeah, so we've got a range of professional subjects. So accounting, human resources, leadership and management. Some of them start through at level 1 and progress through to level 7. So there's always something for all abilities and for people at different stages in their career. The staff that deliver these are industry experts as well. So they've actually worked in the sector, and they can bring that academia through to the actual real working environment as well. So they've got that understanding of how the content of the qualifications then align with work, and it helps with the career progression for our students. The courses tend to be part-time, and we try to be as flexible as we can, accommodating adult learners because we know that they've got other commitments around home and work. And we do have regular starting points as well for quite a few of our courses. So again, it's that flexibility, knowing that we've got adults with other commitments.
It's one of those things. I was going to say it's one of those things as well. And it's kind of been a bit of a theme running throughout, which is there's a lot of things that can put people off doing stuff, isn't there? Whether it's maybe financial support or a time of life or other commitments. But actually, you know, the college is set up in such a way to help kind of break down some of those barriers, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, the flexibility around the delivery is one thing, but with our costs as well, there's a lot of funding incentive at the moment. So depending on eligibility, we've got the opportunity to either reduce course fees. Some people might get them for free. We also offer apprenticeship routes as well, so we can support employers in upskilling the staff as well as individuals in what their needs are as well.
And in terms of you and your tutors, you know, you've got tutors with sort of years of industry experience. So, you know, really well placed to pass on that information.
Absolutely, yeah. Obviously, they've worked in there previously prior to working in college. But again, they still keep themselves up to date with current changes. I think the furlough scheme has been one thing that's our HR staff have had to really brush up on, with it being quite a new thing over the past year. But yeah, you can guarantee that they've got quite a lot of expertise to pass on in the teaching as well.
Okay, and like everything we've mentioned, you know, courses starting from September. So really, you know, now is the time to apply, to sort of get on with it a little bit, really, you know, as we head towards the end of June. Now will be the time to apply and to get yourself on one of those.
Yeah, that's it. Just get in touch with us. And again, about the funding incentives, there might be something available that you might not know of. So it's always best just to give us a shout and we'll have a discussion with you or your employer or both and work something out for you if we can.
Okay, Justine, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. All the details, of course, on the website as well. And that brings us to the end of today's live stream, a virtual open event. We would have liked to have done an open event without the virtual part, but you know, things are as they are at the moment. Let's just bring up some of your comments that have been coming in as well, because loads of you have been sending in questions, and if we haven't got to yours, then the team will do their best to get back to you on the chat as well. And if you've got any questions that you've missed because you're not watching it live, you're watching it back, you know, just get in touch with everyone. But if you have a look down there, wakefield.ac.uk, and then it's /study with us how to apply is the place to go if you're looking to apply now, because now is the time really to do it. That's the link to click on. If you have missed any of this, you want to watch anything back, there was a certain section, maybe you thought, I caught that T-levels, I just want to find out about it again. It's all going to be very shortly on our YouTube and our Facebook as well. The recording of it will be there if you weren't watching live. If you know anyone who you think might benefit and is looking for their options for September, send it their way. Tell them to have a look as well. The guidelines haven't been able to get you down to the college, but I can tell you I've been there. It's a great place. The atmosphere is brilliant. The facilities are fantastic. And go and have a look at those virtual tours, because that really allows you to see, and especially those communal areas, and where you will be actually situated is well worth a look. So applications for all courses are still open. Apply now, get yourself involved. The number, as you see on the screen there, 01924 789 111 to find out any more information if you've got any questions, and wakefield.ac.uk/VOE to apply online, find out more about the courses, and to have a look at that amazing prize as well, the Google Chromebook, which is up for grabs with the virtual tours and all the facilities that you will need. Thank you so much for joining us. September's not that far away. So get those applications in, and we'll see you very soon, hopefully down at Wakefield College.